To Jon-Christopher Bua, who is White House correspondent for Real Political News, joining us from Washington, D.C. Thank you for being with us.
Yes, I'm sorry, John. Go ahead.
Now, I was just going to say, Jeff Bezos, of course, was a bit of a friend of Donald Trump. He was there at the inauguration. Is this the end of that friendship?
Well, you never know with Donald Trump. He has friendships one week, and then he just defiles them the next week. Then he brings them on board the next week. You know, he's like the wind, and this economic uncertainty. This is a financial uncertainty. Is really not the way you want to proceed, especially when we're dealing with Donald Trump, whose tariffs that he's brought in is really an own goal, and it's really destroying his credibility. And not only that, but the power of the U.S. dollar, the almighty dollar, as we used to say, and the stock market has lost $3.5 trillion in the 100 days of Trump's regime, as we call it.
And is this being felt amongst ordinary Americans?
Oh, indeed. I go to the supermarket with my wonderful wife, and neither of us are on welfare, I could say. But people are really hurting, and we actually are looking. My God, how much are eggs this week? Oh, yes, that's gone up. You know, and then to say that Joe Biden should have done, I mean, everything they do is blaming Biden. It's all about Biden. The fact is, this was Trump was elected to lower the prices and deal with immigration. Trump has now had the lowest approval rating of any president in 7 decades. Now, he has created an economic chaos. He's now we're questionable on Treasury bills. Now we have to offer a higher rate, and that's going to hurt us when it comes to our own budget here, which is coming up very soon in Congress. And we don't quite understand. And I give this Treasury Secretary, I was watching this event this morning, and I was wondering if this is Trump's adult in the room, as people would say, then I feel sorry for this room, and I feel sorry for Trump.
We have to read between the lines quite a lot, don't we, with what comes out of the White House, because as we've noted, you know, the line from the White House, it changes from day to day, and it's almost as if something's not quite right. It's like the picture that they're painting isn't quite right, so then they have to change their story when a mistruth, if you like, is exposed.
Well, it all comes, you know, they always say the fish rots at the head. They don't know what Donald Trump is going to be coming up with. His advisors are not very professional. They're not top line. He had better folks the first term, and they all went. And you can hear what they have to say about him. But the fact is that he's put these people in power. I mean, you look at Robert Kennedy Jr. My goodness, the things he's been saying about vaccination, about measles, and so on. And I knew his father and his uncle, and I respected them enormously. But he's put people in power at the head of these agencies, and they really are not. It's like they don't talk to each other. And then Trump changes everything. Oh, no tariff this week. We're not going to have a tariff. Oh, the 51st state. Well, you see what happened in Canada. They had an anti-Trump election, basically, and put in a rather superior guy with the new PM.
We hear the Trump administration talk a lot about the approval ratings for the president. Again, we have to take that with a massive pinch of salt, a whole, salt cellar worth of salt, I think.
Yes.
Yeah. What is the truth in terms of the popularity of Trump, given what's going on in the economy?
Well, I think, like I said, he came in to fix the economy day one. Okay, he's going to end the war in Ukraine. Day one. This is Bluster Boy. Okay, this is who he is. And I know I've known him for 60 years. I grew up near him in Queens, New York, and he's always been this way. But the fact is that he has said he would do this. The approval ratings are very, very low. And now he's getting some very rock-ribbed Republicans, conservative Republicans, who are ready to cut him off. And the fact is that the Republicans are up for election in November of next year, and 2026, and they're going to have to take some real steam shower to clean off the Trump residual that is on them, because he still is holding his MAGA base, but that's about it. And they're starting to pull away from him. But when the Republicans start to turn, and the people out there in the field, the farmers who are feeling it, and the people who are shopping feel it, and those who are concerned about their health care. My God, he's getting rid of the Social Security, it looks like, and health care, and the Department of Health and Human Services has gotten rid of thousands and thousands of people who were there to serve the seniors, the elderly, and the people who are wounded and injured, and the veterans. It's nonstop. And Trump's just he'll change the topic. But then he'll arrest some immigrants off the street, and you can focus on that for a couple of days. And that's how he runs things. But the American people are pretty much scared. They're frightened. And I think that's what's happening.
What do you think is going to happen with regards to the tariffs policy? Because sounds like at some point he's going to have to face reality and ditch the tariffs he's put on China. He's probably going to come up with a story, isn't he, for why he's doing this?
Well, if he can try to blame anything on his Federal Reserve Chair Powell, he'll do it. He'll try to push it off on Powell and say it's his fault that we're going into recession because he didn't lower the interest rates and that kind of stuff. But that's not connected. That's not a federal agency, so he doesn't have control over him. But what he's going to be doing in terms of the tariffs, he's going to have to make some kind of a deal, and he is looking for an exit. And he knows this is a mess. He knows he has to get out of there. I don't know what Xi has to do. He's a tough character. He's not going to fall for it. And he's stuck. This is his baby, and he's got to deal with it.
Jon-Christopher Bua, thank you for joining us from Washington, D.C., White House correspondent for Real Political News. Jon-Christopher mentioning there the election result in Canada. Mark Carney is going to remain as Prime Minister in Canada. His Liberal Party pulling off a remarkable turnaround in that election, the results coming in overnight following its resistance to Donald Trump.